Individuals came to me and said, well, see, it's Puritan laws that would have put the witches to death the way they did because they just copied the law out of the book of Leviticus. The interesting part about that is the very same laws in the Old Testament require that you have to have an eyewitness of a crime in order to put someone to death. And without 2 or 3 witnesses, you can't put someone to death. And witchcraft by its very nature is an invisible crime. Therefore, you can't have witnesses. Thus, the actual Puritans had said it's one of those laws that you put on the book for the fear of God, but you know that very unlikely will you ever be able to actually put someone to death for witchcraft because you can't see the crime. It was because the Puritans abandoned biblical law for 9 months in New England that we had the Salem Witch Trials the way we did. If they had followed that, no one would have been put to death, even though there were 2 or 3 that were practicing in the occult. Interesting to note in the Salem Witch Trials, you talk about the fact that when you abandon God's law, and you take up man's law as a replacement, and not thinking the Bible has any indication for law, you pick up an hysteria. You're now guilty till proven innocent. And 10 of the 20 people put to death in New England were the leading Christians of that society. In fact, 2 of the older women were the leading prayer warriors in the town of Salem. So you're going to end up doing more harm than good when you abandon God's law.